Hey guys, my name is Vanya, the channel's RC Alley, and in this video I'm at St. Louis Dirt Burners getting my truggy ready for Gateway Classic, which is in about 10 days or so. Basically what I'm going to do is talk about what I did to the truck today, what parts I changed, what I rebuilt, and then I'm going to take it for a few laps because after I do rebuild I like to make sure everything's working properly before I commit to a race weekend. Also, I will share a setup sheet for the truggy at the end of this video, and I will leave a link down in the description for you to check out, just in case if you're having issues dialing yours in. You can copy that. I'm telling you, it feels really good. And then the setup is for this track. I'll do a few laps so you'll be able to see how it is. Now today, unfortunately, the conditions aren't ideal. There are a lot of rain ruts and it looks super dusty, so probably gonna be struggling for grip a little bit, considering I don't have the right tires for this. I'll be using medium long wear city blocks by AKA. Alright, so basically what I do is first is clean off the car. That includes the body and on the inside. Sometimes I go over the plastics with WD-40, but since the car is so new, that's not necessary. So basically I just blew it off with an air compressor and then wiped it down with a wet rag. Next, since everything is clean, I like to check for cracked or broken parts. There was nothing cracked or broken plastic wise, but in the front diff, the ring and pinion had to be replaced. They got worn down because the bearings were seized up, so it wasn't moving freely, and it was just this whole mess with the bearings. You can watch my review of the truggy if you're more interested in that. And then basically once all the broken parts are replaced, I start checking all the bearings, so in the hubs, in the steering, and then the diffs and gearbox, and then they were all fine, so I didn't need to change any of those, but they should be all fine because they're all new aftermarket. And then let's see, I rebuild the diffs, which, you know, your standard diff rebuild. If you need to change the O-rings, do so. Make sure you get all the dirt out of them, and then put fresh fluids in and you're good to go. So right now what I'm going to do is run a pack through the car, make sure everything's all good, go back home, rebuild the diff so they're fresh for the race, and then I don't do the shocks quite yet. I'll go home the night before the race, I'll empty them and make sure they're all clean as well, no debris in there, and then rebuild them at the track. Basically I like to do it in my pit area just because of the ambient temperature. You don't want to do it in AC and then go out on a really hot day and race, just because the viscosity of the oil changes when the heat goes up or when the temperature goes up and down. So everything seems to be in working order. The truggy sounds good, no crunching noises, it feels good, except it's so slick out here. And I'm still having issue with this double. It's new since Techno Midwest Nitro Challenge. It was introduced just a couple weeks ago, and I've been having a lot of trouble getting through it, especially with low grip like that. On race night it's a lot easier because the track's watered and everything, but on a day like this where there's a ton of rain ruts and a ton of sand on the track, it is a little bit difficult. And yeah, like I said, other than that, the truck felt good. The tires were wrong, but the truck was good. Alright guys, so now I'm going to finish the pack off camera, and here is the setup sheet that I promised you guys. Also, if you want a copy of that, it's in the description. You can print it off from there. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.